Hi guys, this is a little video about my personal journey with healing from childhood trauma. So basically, I had a couple of horrible things happen to me throughout my sort of childhood and adolescence. And to be honest with you, my first sort of knee-jerk reaction to that when it was actually happening at the time was to get kind of quite introverted and not really express myself very much in the beginning. I kind of decided that I didn't really want anyone knowing what was going on for me, and that the easiest way to kind of behave around other people was just be quite quiet and not really make much of a big deal about it, because I didn't want to seem different in front of everyone else. So this was kind of my first year of secondary school, you see. So I was kind of the little weird awkward one in the corner, didn't really say much. A bit later on, that changed. I basically expressed in every single way, shape and form my bitter disappointment and my anger and all of those kinds of things, very outwardly, and with little care about how it was going to make anyone else feel. I was like, well, I'm entitled to feel this way, so I'm going to let the bloody world know. And I did this through art, through writing music, through just basically being a little shit, being a little pain in the arse teenager. But for me, that was actually an amazing way to get over some stuff pretty straight on, kind of get over a lot of stuff straight away. So I don't really harbour a lot of like resentment, for example, sorry dad, towards my dad for leaving, for example. Like, I don't really ever think about it or dwell on it at all. It's not something that kind of bothers me, because I kind of dealt with it straight away. I was like, fuck this, like, I'm so annoyed, you know. And after that, it kind of got a bit of a grey area, to be honest. Like, there were various different things that went on for me. I was really badly bullied, for example, and various other things happened during that time, which I won't go into. But basically, I behaved in a different way. I noticed that instead of feeling like I could be outwardly expressive of my feelings all the time, that I kind of tried to hold stuff in, really. I think as you get a bit older and a bit more kind of aware of what other people think of you, I kind of reverted back to that first year of secondary school, really. So I went to college, and I basically, it was kind of sad, really. I threw all of my colourful clothes away, and I decided I was just going to wear everything black. And my beautiful fairy colourful room that I had, which was like my self-expression and my sort of fairy garden, was just, I ripped all of my posters down, and I was like, no, that part of me's gone now, and I turned into a bit of a goth, which was really sad. But it was kind of, I was just really depressed at that time. And I mean, I was actually really lucky, because there was an amazing woman called, I can't remember her name now, but she was absolutely amazing. She was at Connections, which is like a kind of college counsellor person, and I used to meet up with her every now and then, and we didn't really do counselling as such, but she used to just basically be like a friend to me. You know, she'd kind of go above and beyond really what a counsellor would do. She'd be like, you don't have any money to get home, and you're the sole carer for your little brother right now. I'm going to give you some money to get home, and that kind of stuff. She'd give me lifts places, and this is probably going against like every single rule in the book, but she was genuinely putting herself out to try and make me kind of feel better. And at a time that I felt that there weren't really many people around, just having her was amazing. She was just brilliant. And I mean, I'm really sad to know that Connections is no longer. Like, I don't know what they do for young people now who are going through stuff at college or like secondary school. God knows. Bloody Tories. Anyway, that's something for another day. So yeah, after all of that, so it was college, and then as I got a bit older, I noticed that my anxiety levels were off the chart. But I kind of put that down to just being like a human. I never thought that that was a real thing. I just kind of thought, well, I'm just a normal person dealing with stressful situations, and this is just how life is. It wasn't actually until a few months ago that I realised that anxiety was a genuine thing, like my auntie was talking about it. And I thought, oh my goodness, I've been actually suffering with panic attacks or whatever they were called for like years and not dealing with stress at all. Like my husband was like, Sally, you do not deal with stress very well. And I was like, all right, yeah, I know. And this is all kind of linked to just general anxiety and feelings of kind of panic and stuff, which is all linked back to sort of those bad experiences. And really, as an adult now, I decided it was time to kind of take a real step towards positivity in my future, and that was by getting some actual support and some help. I did an e-counselling service, which was absolutely brilliant. It's Brighton and Hove. If you just basically type in Brighton and Hove e-counselling, which was awesome because basically all I had to do was talk to a counsellor once a week, and I could email her. So when I'm busy at work or whatever, and I really like typing as well, like I like the writing stuff. So that worked really well for me. And I'm just about to start doing some CBT, so that'll be interesting to see how that goes. I'm going to a Rory course on next Tuesday to kind of deal with anxiety and stuff. But yeah, so that's really positive. But also, I've been kind of trying to help myself in various different ways. I've kind of listed some various things underneath the video. But yeah, the first one is to acknowledge and recognise what you've been through. So basically for me that was just kind of saying, yeah, okay, I went through some stuff. It was shit. But, you know, it's not going to define who I am and what my future's going to be. The second was to reclaim control. So that was basically what I just said, which was to say, okay, that stuff all happened, but I'm going to take control of the situation. I have the control to be able to help myself and to get the healing that I need and to move forward and just live an amazing life and to just be happy, because actually, you know, that situation or that person or whatever it was that really hurt you is not worth it. It's not worth your pain and your tears, because it's all done with now. It's all in the past. You know, you have total control to reclaim your life and live a really positive, happy, amazing life and have an incredible future. Isn't that awesome? Yes, it's hard. Yeah, you're going to have days where you're like, oh my God, like I'm so stressed out and this is just, you know, I'm just remembering all this stuff and it's really shit and I'm still struggling with either that person or that situation or the things that happened with me. And that's when you should seek support, really. Sometimes talking to friends is amazing and you've got people in your life that you can turn to, but if you don't, I really do recommend going and getting some either CBT or talking to, you know, a counsellor or something. It doesn't work for everyone, but it's worth a go. For ages I was like, no, I don't need to do that. But after finishing my online e-counselling course, I was like, do you know what, it's actually really good to talk. You know, it's a human thing, like just getting things off your chest. And once it's kind of gone, I was like, right, I'm going to write it all out in like sort of chapter form. She was like, yeah, you can do that. It's a completely open space. Do whatever you like. And I was like, now I've written all that down and it's out there, I'm now going to put it in a box and I'm going to throw it away. And number 4 is to take care of yourself. This is something that has taken me a long time. And for those of you who are following my other blog, which is Sally's Healthy Quest, it's something that I'm just starting to do. So I'm going out for runs and I'm eating healthily and just taking better care of myself. This is like massively contributed to my well-being. Like already, I'm on day 3 and I'm already feeling more positive, which is awesome. Number 5 is to learn true acceptance and to let go. So basically, to just accept what happened, but to try really hard to live in the present. Think about what you can do right now to make yourself feel better and try and adapt some healthier lifestyle changes. If, for example, we all have a crutch. For mine, it was food. I'm trying really hard to stop that now. For some people it's alcohol, for some people it's drugs, for some people it's going out and, you know, having sex with people. For some people it's, you know, getting addicted to, you know, whatever really. But the most important thing is that you don't blame yourself for what happened, and to not let those people or that situation or whatever it was that really, really hurt you ruin the rest of your life. It's not worth it. You're amazing. You've got through all of that shit. Don't ruin it now. You know? You've got through all of that pain, all that rubbish, and don't let it beat you down. Just live an amazing life. And also the fact that you've been through all this stuff is going to make you a much nicer person. You're going to be an amazing friend. You're going to be able to understand people like nobody else can. So that's awesome. Forgiveness is a really hard one. I'm working through that. This is number 8, I think, or 9 of the list. But basically, it's something that I'm working on all the time. There's one person in particular in my childhood and adolescence, and who still is in the back of my mind a lot. And I'm not going to say who it is because that's not very kind. But I'm basically working through that. The most important thing is that you actually try and forgive them for your sake, because actually holding all those negative feelings is so bad for you. It's toxic. So trying really hard to work through those feelings is amazing. And yeah, so those are a few steps for you guys to have a look at. There's more details down there, but I've been rambling a little bit. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea now. But thank you so much for listening, and I hope you're enjoying my blogs so far and all my posts. And thank you so much for all your support. Bye.